Today we are testing the best minions, which ones make the most money in the big 2025, and which ones just eat dirt. Nom nom nom, eat up. And we will finally see which minion has what it takes to overthrow that sad little cobblestone minion you've had sitting in the corner, crying all alone. So in this video, I'll be both testing and teaching you how to use these minions, maximize profits, and boost your drops. And throughout the video, I'll show you how picking the right minions can save you hundreds of hours. I'll split this video into 5 sections: beginner minions, minion items, money minions, skill minions, and straight doo-doo minions. Yes, there are timestamps. Starting with the beginner minions. For your first minion, you need to use the redstone minion. But Mystic, these minions make absolutely 0 coins. That's completely fine, since each level of the redstone collection you gain will give you a few accessory slots that equates to more space for accessories, meaning a ton of stats. For each redstone minion, make sure to use a compactor or a super compactor, diamond spreading for extra coins, and literally any fuel you can get your beautiful hands on. I suggest the enchanted lava bucket, which gives a decent 25% buff, but if you are as broke as me, you can just use plain old coal, which gives a 5% buff. Tip: don't only place one minion, you'll get lonely. Instead, use as many as you can, even if they're really low level. But of course, leveling these dudes will make the process much faster, which means you can switch to better minions sooner. Moving on to the minion upgrades. First of all, minion slots. When you first start Skyblock, you have 5 slots, and if you haven't guessed yet, the more minions, the better. So how does one get more slots? Well, you have to play a game of Pokemon and catch them all. Ha ha ha. What I mean by that terrible joke is that you have to craft several unique minions to unlock more slots. Even if it looks really boring, don't worry. It is. Trust me, you'll miss out big time if you only have 5 minion slots. I'm in the position to say this. For the longest time, I had 0 slots. So yeah, this video is basically an excuse for me to get more slots. Do not tell my pet rabbit that I crafted a rabbit minion, else I'm in really big trouble. So craft as many as you can. You can also get 5 extra slots if you level up a perk from an NPC in the community center. Basically click Elizabeth and wait a few IRL days. But if you want to skip all this, just become an admin and give yourself some slots. It's not that hard. And while you're at it, also give me some, you know. For all minions, you need special items to completely take advantage of them. I'm not going to explain in detail what these items do, because I know some of you got that goldfish attention span. Most minions need the super compactor to compact drops for maximum profits. As for the other item, you generally want to use a flycatcher for a 25% minion boost, but it kinda do be expensive, so instead use the diamond spreading, which generates additional sellable diamonds, or a minion expander for a 5% buff. Oh yeah, combat minions have something special. Not only do they get to do the most fun thing in the game, PvP, let's go PvP, they also get the ever burning flame, which gives an additional 5% buff on top of the 35% buff it already has. Moving on to the fuel. Most minions can use the same thing, with the only exception being Inferno minions, which have capsaicin eye drops that completely blind the minions in exchange for some buffs. But that's okay, as minions haven't evolved to have human rights yet. Oh, cut. For the average minion, I suggest using the enchanted lava bucket for a 25% buff, magma bucket if you're semi-broke, plasma bucket if you're not broke, catalyst to triple your minion's output if you're rich, and for very super wealthy rich peoples, use a hyper catalyst that quadruples all minion production. Super easy to remember. Oh yeah, here's some fuel that is probably better than the catalyst, which are hamster wheels and foul flesh. These fuels are just OP. Do be warned though, they run out really fast. Alright, only a few more things on my Yapathon list before we get into money minions. Reminder, some of these items are not placed inside a minion, rather on the island. I suggest getting any tier of beacon, for it also boosts minions by a large amount. You can also get an additional 1% buff when powering the beacon with a scorched power crystal, and make sure to get a postcard for an additional 5% speed to all minions. Mithril infusion for another 10%, budget hopper / enchanted hopper if you don't plan to log in for a very long time, or if your minions just overfill a lot. Or instead, maybe get the perfect hopper so that your minion can do your job for you. You'll also want a minion storage, very self-explanatory. And finally, the free will item, which has a chance to gain another 10% chance on a minion. It's basically gambling. There are also 3 mayors that buff minions. Mayor Cole for mining minions, Derpy for overall minions, and not to forget Technoblade for farming minions. A moment of silence, please. Last thing on the list, use the respective minion crystals, which all give a 10% minion buff. Farm crystal for farming minions, and mithril crystal for mining minions. Hypixel, please add one for combat minions. Sadly, these crystals are too good that they only work while on your island. Sad. For the purpose of this video and for my purse, I'll be using the magma bucket for the fuel and a minion expander instead of flycatcher. If you ask me why, that's cause it would cost me over 725 million coins, aka money that I don't have. These minions are also not infused, so just keep in mind these minions are not exactly max, and you'll probably make more money than I do in this video. Also, if you don't want to become like one of my minions, work on clicking that subscribe button. And while you're at it, also click the like button to make it look like this. So close to 1,000 subscribers. So finally, time to move on to the main attraction, money minions. Some of these minions are really expensive, so that's why I'm going to include really good minions for broke people. First of all, cheap minions. If you think I'm going to say slime minions, they got a massive nerf, so now it really do be poopy. So instead, you want to use either snow, clay, or wheat minions. These minions cost around 1 million coins to craft each. For snow and clay minions, use a super compactor with diamond spreading, and for wheat minions, give it the Berberus injector and its super compactor. So let's see what they make in 24 hours.
Long before time had a name, the first Spinjitzu master.
So it's been 24 hours and let's go collect the minions. Sweet minion, we made 95.4 thousand coins. From the snow minion, we made 65,000 coins. And lastly, the clay minion. We made 54,000 coins in 24 hours. While wheat minions make more money, I would suggest either using clay minions or snow minions because, in my opinion, skill is much better than money, which is what clay and snow minions achieve. Now it's time for mid-ly expensive minions, which are cheap, magma cube, slime, pig, and mushroom minions. For magma cube minion and slime minion, they have a few setups. Also, magma cube gets a special treatment and gets another item combination with soulflow engine and compactor. The rest of the minions get the normal treatment. 1 day later. Oh no! Well, it doesn't even make sense. It's not even that hard to get that much myself. Maybe that's because they have no motivation to keep going. No reason to work hard. They don't even have a house to sleep in. So to boost motivation for all the hard-working slaves, minions, I gave them each an ID along with a wage. So now they can even afford to buy houses for themselves. They even got economic classes like real life. There's first class minions here, second class, and not to forget third class. They also get to do anything they want. Look how happy he looks. Isn't it wonderful? Anyways, back to business now. From the sheep minion, we made 37,000 coins. From the slime minion with the corrupted soil, we made 100,000 coins. The magma cube minion with the corrupted soil, we made 69,000. The magma minion with the compactor made 40,000 coins. For the magma cube minion with the soulflow engine, made 87,000. For the pig minion, we made 60,000 coins. For the slime minion with the compactor, we made 110,000 coins. By the way, do not sell the profits from the sheep minion. It is one of those minions that you invest in the drops, as mutton has been completely useless from the dawn of time. By the theory of eventually it will get good, that it definitely didn't just make up, it'll rise one day. Well, that or I'm coping. So if you were to get a mid-ly expensive minion, I suggest sheep or slime. Time for expensive minions, and I really mean expensive. You got Tarantula, Inferno, Voidling, Mycelium, Vampire, and Flower Minion. These minions cost more than all my internal organs, and I currently need all my organs. So for that reason, I may not be showing all the minions listed, including the tier 11 Inferno Minion, which I only have a tier 1. Anyways, the Vampire, Tarantula, and Mycelium Minion will use a Flycatcher or use a Minion Expander if you're broke. For the fuel, use a Plasma Bucket, but even better hamster wheels or a Catalyst. For the Voidling minion, I'll be using the Soulflow engine and the Super Compactor, and according to ChatGPT, a tier 6 Voidling minion would generate 600,000 coins a day. That's absolutely crazy. I'm not gonna get a Voidling minion higher than tier 6 because anything higher just costs way too much. Anyways, if you're for some reason wondering what you need for Flower Minion, you need 2 Flycatchers and whatever this contraption is. According to some Skyblock player, if you build this setup and AFK with an Ocelot pet, you can make up to 34 million coins a day. I'll repeat, these minions are not exactly max, instead they have the same items to keep the profit test fair. So take the profits with a grain of salt. For the Voidling minion, he made around 83,000 coins. For the Tarantula minion, 94,000 coins. For the Inferno minion, we made 10k coins. Mycelium minion, 20,000 coins, and that's all. The Vampire minion, we made 63,000 coins. I am very confused. Why did these minions make less than the mid minions? Well, maybe it's because I didn't invest in them enough. For example, my Inferno minion was level 1 and all the other minions are missing a few levels. Also, the Mycelium minion do be poopy due to the forging update killing Kudra, and the Vampire minion is just too scary that it even scared away the profits. Get it? I actually suggest getting the mid minions instead of these ones unless you go full money spending mode and get crazy setups. But before I move on to the collection minions, let me just say the more you invest in minions, the more coins you'll make in the future. But it'll take a lot longer to break even. For example, if I get my Tarantula minion to level 11, it'll work 50% faster, but it does cost more than 200 million coins to get there. So yeah, do with that information as you please. Moving on, it's time for skill minions. These minions are the best way to level up your skills without actually playing the game. I do not recommend using skill minions if you're a beginner player, as you need a decent amount of coins to get a good setup. For all these minions, use a magma/plasma bucket so that you don't have to refill the minions. But if you don't plan to forget about your hard-working people and don't mind losing a few coins, you can use a hyper catalyst. First of all, for combat, use revenant minions. You need a super compactor, flycatcher, and instead of using a magma bucket, use the ever-burning flames. I don't suggest getting combat-related minions for XP, because you basically level up the combat skill automatically, plus this minion is really expensive. People use this minion to level up combat pets like the golden dragon, which at max level can sell for crazy profits. I will test this minion with a flycatcher and compactor. Also, another point, you can use a diamond spreading instead of flycatcher if you want both combat and mining XP. So after 24 hours, this minion gave me 9,547 combat XP, meaning in 1 year with 30 of these minions, you'll get 150 million XP. To be honest, I thought you'd get much more. This minion also makes a lot of money from rotten flesh. Moving on to the farming minions, aka the Melon Henchman. This is also by far the best minion for farming XP, and it's also somehow good for mining XP. I suggest giving it the super compactor with the diamond spreading to gain both farming and mining XP, but again, if you only want farming XP, you can use a flycatcher instead. Or you can try gambling with the potato spreading item, which has a 5% chance to spawn a potato each time a minion generates something. That was a joke, do not try it. After 24 hours, this minion made 5,068 XP and generated around 52,000 coins. But if you switch to flycatcher for diamond spreading, you'll make much more. I'm really bamboozled. How are these skill minions making more money than the money minions? Am I doing something wrong? Am I even worthy to make this guide? No. Anyways, the best fishing minion is of course the famously financially fruitful fishing minions. For best results, use the super compactor and flycatcher. Please do not use the diamond spreading because this minion is slower than me. Like seriously, I've had this golden dragon for over a year and it's still not level 200. Anyways, after a 24-hour test, this minion made 4,500 XP. Next up, snow minions, which are good for mining XP. This minion is very overpowered due to its very short action time. Apparently, with the super compactor and the diamond spreading, it generates more diamonds than a literal diamond minion. Diamond minion? More like no diamond minion. After 24 hours, this minion made 9,700 mining XP. Please skip all the other skills since they don't really have a good minion. For example, if you're too lazy to get Alchemy 50, which doesn't even take that long, you can use the sugarcane minion to generate sugarcane so that you can skip the process of buying sugarcane and then brew potions. Very poopy. To make skill minions give way more XP, here are some items to boost your minions. When collecting from combat minions, use Wolf Pet for 30 wisdom. For farming, make sure to collect the Rabbit Pet, Silverfish Pet for mining minions, and Squid Pet for fishing minions. Make sure to get as much wisdom as possible. I will show you on screen what items give more wisdom, because if I just keep yapping, I'll have 0 view duration, which equates to me being very sad. Oh yeah, please do not collect your minion unless Derpy is mayor. He gives 50% more skill XP, including skill XP from minions. And lastly, the moment you've all been waiting for, Poo Doodoo Kaka minions. Gerald, do not get Gerald. Big scam, 1 out of 5 stars. So yeah, that's all I have to share. Hope this guide was helpful and yet enjoyable. So you know what to do. Sit on the like button. What? See you next time and peace. Also click on this video, yeah, yay.